Sometimes the person we need to forgive most is the person whose mistake we have been carrying in our own heart. Welcome everyone. Today, let us talk about forgiveness, an emotion that sounds simple but become extremely difficult when ego, hurt and relationships are involved. And here is the interesting part. Forgiveness may appear to be a gift to someone else, but very often it is a gift we give ourselves. Imagine a small child creating some hangama at home. We get angry, we shout, the child realizes the mistake, comes back and says sorry. What do? Most of us forgive because we understand the child made a mistake, but life becomes complicated as the child grows. Suppose sometime later we believe the child has made another mistake. We shout again, but this time the child explains. There was actually a reason. The decision was not wrong. Our understanding was incomplete. We realize it. Yet, there is a hesitation to say, I was wrong. Why? Sometimes because we are the elders and somewhere inside us we feel, how can I accept that my child was right? That tiny ego can become a very big wall. Now, take a much bigger situation. The child grows up, he falls in love, he wants to marry someone, he explains why, he gives his reasons. The parents are not convinced. The discussions become arguments, arguments become silence, silence becomes distance. Eventually, the son leaves home and marries the girl, and the parents cannot forgive him. The son feels, they never understood me. The parents feel, he never respected us. And both sides continue believing, I am right. Years pass, the relationship remains broken. But let us pause here. Is this really how we want to live? Should elders always be right? Should children always obey? Can't children understand their parents? Can't parents understand their children? Could better communication have changed the situation? Could a trusted mediator have helped? There may not be one universal answer, but one thing is certain. Winning an argument is not always the same as winning a relationship. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves, what matters more, being right or being together? I know of a senior person who has been fighting a court case for years over his parents' property. One brother gave up his share in favor of their sister, but he continued fighting for his portion. The strange part, he was already financially comfortable. He didn't really need the additional money, yet the fight continued. Years passed, his health deteriorated. He became almost bedridden, but even at an advanced age, he says, I cannot forgive. And I often wonder, what exactly has he gained? The property may have value, but what about the years of peace that were lost? We see smaller versions of this everywhere. A friend stops speaking to a friend over one misunderstanding. Two colleagues remain bitter over one promotion. Siblings stop visiting each other over a financial dispute. A husband and wife carry old arguments long after the original issue has disappeared. Sometimes the incident lasts 5 minutes, but the resentment lasts 5 years. Why give a 5-minute mistake 5 years of your life? Forgiveness does not mean saying that the other person was right. It doesn't mean forgetting everything. It doesn't mean allowing someone to repeatedly hurt you. And it doesn't always mean restoring the relationship to exactly what it was. Sometimes forgiveness simply means I understand what happened. I have learned from it, but I refuse to carry this anger anymore. That is freedom. Forgiveness is not weakness. In fact, the Bhagavad Gita places forgiveness among the qualities that reflect a higher and more evolved nature. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verse 3, Krishna says, Teja Kshama Dhrutis Saucha Madroho Natimanita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. The meaning is radiance, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, absence of hatred, and humility. These are the qualities of one born with divine qualities. Look at the word Kshama, forgiveness. Krishna places Kshama alongside fortitude, purity, absence of hatred, and humility. That is significant. So, what should we do? Try to understand the situation. Think sympathetically. Don't immediately assume that we are right. Have a detailed discussion. Listen before responding. If necessary, bring in someone we trust to help us see the situation differently. And then forgive if forgiveness is possible. Because forgiveness doesn't take anything away from us. In many situations, it gives something back: our peace, our relationship, our time, our emotional energy, and sometimes even our health. Remember, you don't forgive because the other person deserves it. Sometimes you forgive because your own heart deserves peace. What do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.